Now available in paperback and e-readers. Spellbound, a darker shade of black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. Now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Dark Incubus. The goddess next door gets enthralled in a romantic entanglement with an evil incubus in this all-new Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Dark Incubus in paperback and e-readers today. There are some people who have a problem with the way that I speak. And these people want to say that my cadence is off, and others want to say that I talk like a robot. Well, there are others who speak the same way I do, like Neely Fuller Jr., and I'm going to play a snippet of Neely Fuller Jr. so that you can see the way that this man speaks.
The white supremacist said, I can't maintain a system with black people being serious, so I'm going to redirect their seriousness, and I'm going to do it through something that they relate to best. I'm going to do it through a medium that they can relate to, and that is entertainment. So I'm going to twist and turn their entertainment in such a way that where it was anti-non-justice before, where they were trying to talk about justice and head in that direction, I'm going to redirect that whole machine right before their eyes, and since they are a primitive people, they won't even realize what I'm doing because it will all be fun, because I know how to package stuff that doesn't make sense so that it is fun. And I'll have them directing their entire existence to getting up in the morning and looking for something stupid to do.
Now, Neely Fuller Jr. is a brilliant man and is highly respected and regarded in the black community. And Neely Fuller Jr. speaks a lot slower than I do, and his cadence is very slow. But the reason why he's doing that is because what he wants you to do is understand everything he's saying clearly about the system of white supremacy and showing how intelligent he is because he can articulate his talking points in a very clear and concise manner. And that's something that many of my detractors have a problem with. They have a problem with seeing a black man speaking articulately and intelligently, and for them, that's supposed to be like a robot, or it's supposed to be the cadence is off, but the whole thing is what's really off is them, and what's off with them is that they just cannot process the idea of a black man being able to speak clearly and intelligently and articulate his thoughts. That's what they have a problem with, because the same way that Neely Fuller Jr. speaks in his videos is similar to the way that I speak, and he's a highly respected black man, just like Malik El Shabazz, the legendary Malcolm X.
Tonight, Front Page Challenge welcomes the outspoken Negro leader, Malcolm X.
Sir, what's the real reason why you two men split? Is it merely ideological, or is it personality? What else?
Probably personality. It was not the statement that originally was given by the movement when we split. It's more personality than anything else.
You've called people like Martin Luther King, who just got a Nobel Peace Prize, an Uncle Tom. Is this correct, first?
Well, I'd rather say that in the States, there's a law that has recently been passed, or a decision handed down by the court, wherein if you call someone an Uncle Tom, they can sue you for libel.
Well,
so I never refer to them as Uncle Toms. I would say that Uncle Martin is my friend.
Uncle Martin is your friend, yet you would disagree with his approach to what he wants to accomplish.
Definitely. If his approach would bring about what the black man in America needs to completely eliminate the problem that we have, I would say well and good. But I very much doubt that anyone who adopts the approach that Martin Luther King has been teaching to our people in that country can point to any meaningful gains that has actually served to solve the problem.
Black Muslims have sometimes, whether you have or not, and I think probably you have sometimes, it seemed to me, been preaching hate to meet hate.
I don't advocate any kind of hate.
But there's a lot of talk that sounds very much like it.
No, I think that the guilt complex of the American white man is so profound until when you begin to analyze the real condition of the black man in America instead of the American white man eliminating the causes that create that condition, he tries to cover it up by accusing his accusers of teaching hate. But actually, they're just exposing him for being responsible for what exists.
Well, I have a critical question to ask many of these detractors. Is Neely Fuller Jr. sounding like a robot to you? Is Neely Fuller Jr.'s cadence off? Is Brother Malcolm X one of the greatest speakers in the world, speaking like a robot? And is Brother Malcolm X's cadence off? And I ask that question because a lot of these folks, they don't really understand how a black man is supposed to speak, because many of these individuals possibly went through these dysfunctional public schools and they grew up in these dysfunctional households where they never heard a black person ever speak articulately or intelligently. So for them, they think, oh, a black man who's speaking articulately and intelligently is a robot to them, or somebody whose cadence is off. But in actuality, what they really haven't learned is how to speak at all, because many of these individuals, the only black person that they've seen in their lives speak are usually these TV characters like these minstrels on television, or these brutes who cannot even speak outside of dropping an F-bomb in every sentence. And that's the only black person they have ever seen, is a person who can just go out here and use profanity as a noun, a verb, an adverb, an adjective, and an adverb, and use the word fuck for basically every sentence, and in every sentence using it multiple times. That's the ideal way they want to hear somebody speaking who's black, and what they want to see is a black person getting so emotional that they don't know how to go out here and present a argument or a talking point with any sort of logic or reason. That's what I'm seeing lately with a lot of these individuals who want to sit there and criticize the way that I speak, not understanding that they don't know anything about how to present themselves on a video platform, because before they acted on their impulses to go put their fingers to the keyboard to put whatever dumb comment they put down, they basically showed me how ignorant they are and showed all the viewers out there how stupid they are by going out here and just going out here saying, oh, this man is speaking like a robot, or this man is speaking like with bad cadence, when in actuality I am using the same articulated talking points that I learned watching legends like the legendary Malik El-Shabazz, also known as Malcolm X, one of the greatest orators in black history, because I hold myself to the same standard of Malcolm X as related to being well-spoken, because he was one of my role models growing up, and I always wanted to present myself in an intelligent manner. But some of these folks just cannot process the idea that a black man is speaking clearly to them, and they can't process that idea because in their smooth world, the only way a black person is supposed to be speaking is talking some jive, talking some nonsense, and speaking it in an ignorant manner. They want to see some black man talking about, yo man, what's up? Yo, I'm talking to you about this stuff. Just talking in a just ignorant and savage way. This is what they're comfortable with, and whenever they see a black man speaking, well, what they do is start to get real nervous, and they look for ways to try to take a shot at that black man, to try to devalue how he's presenting himself. That's what they have an issue with. They have an issue with me because I'm not presenting an image of a minstrel. I'm not presenting an image of a jive time Negro, because that's what they want to see. They want to see a black man acting out. They want to see a black man buffooning and cooning, because in their world, the only black men that they've ever experienced are these trifling N-words who just are out here being all of the stereotypes that they want to see, but you're not seeing it on this platform, and that's what upsets many of these folks, whether they be white or, and I'm sadly seeing black, because many of these spellbound black folks, they want to still stay in that black box that's acceptable to white people, where all you're hearing is a bunch of black people going out here using street slang and talking in jive, talking all ignorant, using all sorts of words that make no sense at all, using, again, that F-bomb as a noun, a pronoun, an adjective, an adverb, because they have absolutely no vocabulary, and because they have no vocabulary, they go out here and speak in the dysfunctional way that they speak, thinking that this is authentic black, but in actuality, what they're doing is promoting the ideal of white supremacy, where the white supremacist gets to see black people act in the way that they want, and that's what they want on this channel. That's what they want on this platform. A bunch of minstrels out here breathing brand new life into old stereotypes, providing these racists with entertainment, because when they hear a black person and they talk like one of these jive talking, slang spewing idiots, it makes them feel comfortable because they know that that black person isn't intelligent, and they are comfortable about that black person being at the bottom of the world, socially, economically, politically. It makes them feel comfortable when they see one of these black folks out here acting a fool. That's why they have a problem with the way I'm speaking. I mean, again, is Neely Fuller Jr., again, one of the most brilliant black scholars. He's speaking slower than I am because he's making a point. I mean, here's Neely Fuller Jr., one of the most brilliant black men to ever grace our world. I mean, a man who understands white supremacy like a science. And are you going to go to his comment section of his videos and say he's talking like a robot? Or are you going to go to his comment section and make that kind of statement? Because I guarantee you, if you took your ass over there to his comment section, all of the B1 brigade would come down on you like a hammer. And if you went out here and made statements like this about the Honorable Malik El-Shabazz, Malcolm X, I guarantee you they would be coming after you the same way. And they'd be coming after you that way because when they hear you going out here and saying, oh, this black man is speaking like a robot, this black man is speaking with a bad cadence, they would look at you and call you for the racist or the self-hater you are. Because when we look at Neely Fuller Jr., again, a brilliant man, again, one of our great black scholars, and when we look at Brother Malcolm X, one of the greatest orators of all time, I mean, you're going to sit there and tell me that, oh, Brother Malcolm sounds like AI. No, Brother Malcolm was a brilliant man like myself who was self-taught, a man who was out here reading books and building his vocabulary, one of the great orators who knew how to speak. But you're going to sit there and tell me that, oh, I don't know how to speak, when in actuality, you haven't heard anyone speak outside of these clowns and minstrels that you see in mainstream media. And if you aren't used to seeing a black man speak, then I suggest you just take your ass back over to Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, Shonda Rhimes, Oprah Winfrey, and go watch those clowns and minstrels, because I'm presenting the darker shade of black that your spellbound mind cannot process. And it's clear to me that your spellbound mind cannot process the idea of a black person who can speak intelligently, a black man who can articulate his thoughts, a black man who can present arguments with facts to back them up. You can't process the idea of being around that kind of black man. So this isn't the channel for you, and you need to click out, because this is not the content for you. No, what you want, again, is your scandal. You want your Tyler Perry movies. You want your buck dancing minstrels. You want your black bootlicks. You want your guys like Eric July, who again will put on the front and act the way you want them to act. again, clowns who just go out here and they can talk a good game and make you feel good because they're fitting into that black box that's acceptable to white people, not presenting an image of black manhood and black masculinity that is on another level. And I'm not going to stoop down to your raggedy level to be on that level where you are at the bottom of the world. No, I'm going to keep my standard high. And again, if you cannot handle this standard, then maybe this is not the channel for you. And if you cannot handle somebody speaking well and speaking in an intelligent manner, then this ain't the channel for you. No, when I go out here and I make these videos, I make them with facts and I break the facts down in an intelligent manner. And it seems to me some of these folks, all they want to hear is some black guy talking street slang, talking with a bunch of jive, and again, presenting the image of a minstrel. And again, that's what they're comfortable with because when it comes to these racists, they want to see a stupid N-word. And when it comes to many of these black folks who are self-haters, what they want to see is a black person who's, again, presenting an image of a clown because they come to these channels for entertainment. Like when I talk about that commissary of those Little Debbie snack cakes and ramen noodles, they come for the entertainment, but they don't come to learn. And again, they don't want to see a black man speaking well. No, what they want to see is a joker. What they want to see is a clown. What they were comfortable with is a fool. That's what they want when they go on these platforms. That's what they want to see on these platforms. That's what they're comfortable with in their smooth world. And whenever they see a guy like me who can speak, well, again, it blows their mind. They can't process this, and that's why they go and take their fingers to the keyboard trying to make these insulting statements, trying to bring me down to their level in the sewer. Well, I'm not coming down to your level in the sewer and acting like an N-word. No, if you want to go to see some ignorant black person, you can go to many of these other gender war channels and you can go watch that minstrel show on one of those gender war channels. But if you bring your ass back here, again, you are going to have your comments deleted and your comments will, and your channel will be blocked because I'm not putting up with your mess. Again, on this channel, we are on a higher standard and we're going to be on a higher standard. And again, I want to present black excellence and black competence to black people. And that's something these folks have a problem with. They don't want to rise to the level of black excellence, and they want to drag black excellence to the level of the sewer. But we're not going to let them bring black excellence down to the level of the sewer. No, we're going to stay on a higher level and where black people speak in an intelligent manner, where black people can articulate their thoughts, where black people can have a discussion using logic and reason and work through our feelings, not sit here and being emotional saying any old thing. No, we're going to present talking points with facts to back them up. And the fact of the matter is, again, when you listen to Neely Fuller Jr. and Brother Malcolm X, they speak clearly, they speak intelligently, they speak that way because they want to show that a black man can be intelligent, and they can show that a black man can be intelligent to present himself in a way that should be respected. But sadly, many of these black people don't appreciate black excellence. No, they have been conditioned by over 30 years of Oprah Winfrey, Lee Daniels, and Tyler Perry, and Chandra Rhimes to sit there and think being a minstrel is normal. And that's where I have to shake my head at all of these folks who think being an intelligent black man is talking like a robot, think an intelligent black man has an off cadence, but when it comes down to the ignorant black man, you ain't saying a word to him. You ain't going in his comment section looking to say something. You ain't going in that comment section of those guys again, like the Malcolm X and the Neely Fuller Jr., because it would show who you really are. But you come in my comment section looking to start, well, I'm saying to all of these folks that they are finished on this on this channel, because they're getting blocked, because I'm not going to stand for any of this ignorance, because this platform is all about excellence and intelligence. Now, if you want to support this channel, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to pick up some of the positive black material on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and coming to Kindle Unlimited, John Haynes' Dark Succubus. The man who rules the world is tempted by a sultry succubus in this all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes' Dark Succubus in paperback or pre-order on Kindle Unlimited today. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Isis, Amari's Revenge. The goddess next door is confronted by a Nubian queen out for revenge at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in this inaugural Isis series adventure. Get your copy of Isis, Amari's Revenge in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.